This might explain some things. Jada Pinkett Smith talks creepy thing her grandmother taught her at age 9. I really didn't want to cover the whole Will Smith thing, but this thing, I think this issue right here is very important because it has to do with mental health and protecting our children, and especially with things that's going on out here with these crazy leftists, man. What's happened to her, I'm sure happened to it probably happened to a lot of these leftists that's pushing this wanting to teach sex to children and stuff like that. But before we get into this, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this very, very important information out. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I put out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. It also has a link to my merch store where I have Let's Go Brandon t-shirts, I Will Not Comply t-shirts, all types of t-shirts. And also has a link to my mental health coaching and consultation page. If you're suffering from any type of mental health issues, or you might have been abused yourself as a child and you just want somebody to talk to, or learn type of, I can teach you coping skills and things like that to deal with trauma you might have had from going through issues like this. Go ahead and check that out. You can book an appointment to see me, and I can help you with those issues. All right, let's talk about this news. Now, I'm gonna give a trigger warning to some of y'all that might have been abused as children, or and don't really want to hear about this stuff, because this is what happened to Jada. I believe is a type of sexual abuse, I believe. But let's get into this story. The dysfunctional relationship between beloved Hollywood couple Will and Jada Smith that spilled over in the public at the Academy Award ceremony continues to captivate Americans who are delving into why a storybook marriage went badly off the rails. Will Smith nationally televised smacking of Chris Rock in the head continues to dominate the news cycle nearly 2 weeks after the actor lost his cool and charged the stage over a joke about his spouse's hair, and social media has been buzzing ever since. I mean, it's crazy. I never seen news fly like this before. But signs that there was something badly off kilter, uh, badly off kilter, were for years, and an admission from a mission from Pinkett Smith that she was given lessons in how to masturbate at a young age by her grandmother has drawn attention after a clip from an interview of her weird confession has resurfaced on Twitter. And I remember when she put this out there, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh my God!" And why would you She say it so nonchalantly, like it was nothing to it. Like it's so sickening, and no wonder why her family is so screwed up, and her kids are so jacked up, and Will Smith is like a shadow of himself. No wonder all this stuff's going on, because she's going through stuff herself. In a video from a 2018 episode of her Facebook talk show, Red Table Talk, the Matrix movie franchise star dished on what she learned from her grandma, and I'm gonna play it right now. So take a listen.
My grandmother taught me about self-pleasuring because she wanted me to know that that pleasure was from me.
Exactly.
She didn't want me to fall into the hands of a man, and if he gave me pleasure, to think that that was him. Yeah. And she taught me at 9.
Now that's crazy. I mean, 9 years old. A child should not be learning how to pleasure themselves at 9 years old. That's sexual abuse. I don't care if it's your grandma. I don't care who it is. You are 9 years old. You should be playing outside, playing with your friends, not worrying about sex. But that's exactly what her grandmother taught her. Like, I would understand if she was, maybe 15, 16 years old, a teenager or something like that. But 9 years old, and now you have crazy leftists in schools trying to teach the same thing to our children, and saying it's okay to teach a child about these things. It's sickening. We living in a sick world, and they're trying to legalize this crazy sick stuff right now. That's all this stuff we got going on right now. And then you have people on the left defending this stuff and saying that and calling people Republicans, and because and Republicans are having a obsession with this stuff. No, first of all, I'm not a Republican. I don't I might vote a Republican a few times, but I'm not a Republican. But because you want to protect children, they want to say you have an obsession with it. It's crazy to me. Like, these people are evil, evil people. But Twitter Twitter went off on her, which I think is awesome. I'm gonna read some of the tweets. You got Jamie O'Rourke said, an older family member teaching a preteen child to sexually pleasure themselves. Red flags. We call that sexual abuse of a child, and I agree. As a therapist, I've dealt with many people that had older adults and family members in their lives that teach these kids this, and it's the start of grooming. This is how they groom their children. First, they try to get them comfortable by talking about it, loosen the kids up a little bit, and that's how they slide in. This is grooming. This is part of grooming, and this is sick. And the sick people on the left is pushing this stuff. We got ODG, the toy man. He tweeted out, she literally said her grandma taught her when she was in the third grade. L Dog said, third grade, this is exactly what Florida Bill is trying to protect against in the classroom. And that's very, very true. You got Chris, and someone named Chris said her grandmother must have been a Disney employee. It's pretty funny. And you got Nick Buckby, MBE, said, it sounds like Jada, Will Smith's wife, was sexually abused by her grandma at 9 years old. This explains a lot. And it does explains a lot. This is why she would never give Will Smith her heart. This is why this is why she is an angry person. I mean, she's an angry person. And she needs therapy. She needs therapy, and I hope she get it, because I hate to see, a good-hearted person like Will Smith go through this. It's really disheartening to me to see him, because I grew up watching Will Smith. I grew up watching his shows, listening to his music, his goofiness. I loved it, and to see him fall like this is just it's disheartening. But another resurfaced video offers more insight into Smith's turbulent marriage. This one of Will Smith being subjected to apparent mental abuse from his wife, possibly shedding light on what led to his brutal rage that boiled over at this year's Oscars. I'm not gonna play that video because it's been shown all over. I'm sure you've seen that video already, and he just looked defeated. He looked heartbroken in that video. I mean, just look at the look of his face. He just looked broken. It's sad. It's sad. And Will Smith's violent outburst and striking of Rock earned him an official rebuke when the Academy Motion Picture Arts and Sciences punished the Best Actor by banning him for a decade, which is crazy because it took them 40 years to ban Roman Polanski, which is he went he got charged with having sex with minors, and they took 40 years. And I remember when they gave him he actually won an Oscar, and the people stood up and gave him a standing ovation. I mean, these people on the left, the Hollywood types, these people are sick. They're coming for your children. They admit that they're coming for your children, and they stop trying to hide it. Now they straight up admitting that they're coming for your children. And so I've never been watching one for watching the Oscars anyway. It's a bunch of people who think they're better than you, patting themselves on the back. So I really could care less about any of that stuff. But it's sad again for me to watch someone that you grew up idolizing and going through this stuff. It's just disheartening. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, and check out themarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.